Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Lam here. In today's video, I got two articles that I want to cover, so let's go ahead and get right into it. The first one I do want to talk about is the 70-300. It's a very interesting lens because it looks like it really falls into the category of do-it-all lens, and there are two lenses that it could potentially replace. So there's the 55-200, which is actually one of my top 3 favorite lenses, so it'd be really hard to actually replace this lens. And there is also the Big Daddy lens, which is the 100-400. This one I don't really use all that often, but when I'm actually at aviation events, I do always have this with me. So it's definitely a very specialized lens. It'll be very interesting to see if this lens could actually replace one of these. I really don't know, and to be honest with you, I'm really not sure in 2021 whether or not I will be purchasing many lenses. I might actually just buy one lens, but I really haven't decided on which lens that might be. But the 70-300 is definitely one of those great all-purpose lenses. It also has the capability of using a teleconverter, which can really stretch it out to like something insane, which is like 900 millimeters. I'm pretty sure that's what it was said during the demonstration, but it's definitely one of those lenses that I'm going to keep an eye on. Now, in terms of size, it is really close to the 55-200, which, as I said, is one of my favorite lenses. And this is definitely my most used telephoto lens when it comes to travel because it's very light, it's very affordable, and it works really great for photography and for video. It's one of the very few lenses where I can actually use autofocus and I can manually zoom in or out, and it still looks relatively good. So it's definitely one of the characteristics that makes this one of my favorite lenses. It'll be very interesting to see if the 70-300 can actually replace that. Now, as far as the 100-400, it's just too much of a specialized lens to where if I could replace it, I would. But we'll see how good the optics are. I've never been super amazed about the image quality. It's just a lens that has never really wowed me with its image quality. I would say that I would normally get a chance to try it out during one of the expos, but with how things are going for 2021, I might not get a chance this year. So this is definitely a lens that I'm probably gonna end up renting and seeing if I actually want to purchase. Like I said, for 2021, I'm really thinking about saving more money because I already have a lot of gear. And while it could potentially replace one of these lenses, whether or not I need to do it in 2021 in a down year where there isn't going to be a whole lot of events, I don't think I really need to. So I might actually just pass on it and wait for 2022 to see what's going to happen. Moving on to the next story. So this is over on Canon Rumors, and we're taking a look at rumors for their flagship camera body, which, as I said, I really don't have an interest owning this camera body, but I do like to actually keep up with the news just to see what type of technology they're going to be packing into that camera body. And it looks like there's two interesting ones. So we have quad pixel autofocus, and then we have a global shutter. Quad pixel, it's not something that I really care about, but if you take a lot of vertical photography, this is definitely going to be something that will excite you. Or if you're doing a lot of vertical video, like for Instagram, which is something that has become popular. So having a professional camera body that can do really great vertical video is definitely something that could interest a lot of videographers out there. It definitely does interest me because I think vertical video is catching on with the new crowd, and there is something to be said about attracting attention from the younger crowd because that's just the next generation, and you always have to look out for that type of new technology. Now, moving on to the second feature, this one actually interests me some more, which is a global shutter. We actually still have a Blackmagic camera, and the only reason why we continue to have that Blackmagic camera is because of the global shutter. It's something that's really useful for a lot of action scenes, and having a Canon camera body with really great autofocus that has a global shutter, that is something that is definitely very interesting, and it's going to attract a lot of attentions from professional videographers. It's a feature that a lot of us are actually looking for, and we kind of keep a short list of camera bodies that we like to use when we need a global shutter. And having a camera body like this with the Canon features, having a global shutter, I think if this rumor is actually true, it's going to make this a very popular rental house camera, because if you're doing a lot of filming, there definitely is a lot of times where having a global shutter is really useful, and being able to actually just rent a camera for those specific scenes, it's going to be really great because you can also use it with all of the great autofocusing feature of the Canon system. So this rumor right now now is definitely on the top of my list for things to actually look forward to in 2021. If one of the major DSLR makers can actually achieve a global shutter for one of their mirrorless cameras, that's definitely going to be very exciting to actually see, and whether or not it's actually going to be any good. So that's all I have to cover for this week. I hope you're doing well out there. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.